Let's get salty!
Hey everyone, Zeddy here again today with another mini set card review. It is the final day of reveals. We have the remaining Warlock cards, plus I believe the last neutral card to be revealed, including one of the best, just most creative removal spells I've ever seen. It's really awesome, I think, and yeah, just a bizarre neutral. We'll go over these cards, and if you want to win them, we have a giveaway going on for 3 mini sets out of my pocket. To enter that giveaway, like and comment in the video, link down description below, the one with that thumbnail over there. Be subscribed to the channel. Every 1,000 subs we get until Tuesday, which is coming up really quick, I will add another mini set to that giveaway, so hit that sub button, make me go broke. Before we get into the Warlock cards, we first have here, I believe, the last neutral, the Clumsy Steward. What a nerd. He's wearing glasses. Who wears glasses? Oh my god. Anyways, 3 mana 2/4. After any card, so any, I'm assuming that's yours, your opponent's, any card is drawn, make it temporary, which is recently added as a keyword. Basically, that card will stay in your hand until the end of your next turn, and if you don't play it, it's gone. So your opponent plays this on 3, your top deck that you would get on the beginning of your next turn will be temporary. You have to play that card or it's gone. And that goes for like just everything, and that could go for like think about in Wild, they play Steward and then Naturalize, and then it's your turn. You got 2 temporary cards in your hand, plus your top deck, 3 of them. You probably can't use them. So this can be like a troll style of like mill card. There's also possible upsides with it if you're playing it yourself to like get discard synergies, particular in Wild. I just think of like, I don't know, like Fist of Jaraxxus, right? If that's temporary, it's discarded, you get that discard synergy. So there are some implications where you can use this upside for yourself, try and troll with it. I don't think this is a competitive strategy. This is more of just like a crazy, stupid, silly card. But you know, getting random 3-drops, evolving, all those type of effects, this card can emerge, like, right, you cheese and get this, right? Like, there's all sorts of different cards that can do that. So you're gonna see it one way or the other, and it could lead to, yeah, like somebody drawing their brand or their Reno and they can't play it and it's gone, and that's gonna feel pretty darn awful for one person. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 in Standard and Wild, but you never know. This could lead to something DGed, could be this grief card that ends up being worth playing. But regardless, you're gonna see it one way or another when, you know, evolve effects and all those crazy things. Next, we have the Warlock cards, which are playable, I believe, by Rogue. So you can remember that Rogue can play these cards, including what I think is just one of the most like awesomely designed removal cards I've seen. It is called Deadline, a 2 mana shadow spell. It has tradable, also temporary, and it reads destroy a minion. So that could be your own, could be the enemy's, but it's got temporary. So if you don't play it the turn you draw it, it's gone. Basically, you're either trading it or playing it. There's not really, I guess you could ignore it and let it go away if that's just not ideal, but I just think it's a really cool thing, right? You're on this tight deadline. Oh, I don't have time to kill them. I'll trade it, push it back for later or something like that. Really thematic, and yeah, for 2 mana just to remove a minion, we've never seen anything that efficient before. Like, you got 1 mana execute, but it's got to be damaged and things like that, right? We haven't straight up seen 2 mana kill a minion. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've ever seen that before. Obviously, there's a condition and there's a downside to it, but, you know, trading a bunch, particular, you know, in Rogue, can be really good too, to cycle through, get those giants out. They like to play those giants lately. That can help out a lot. I know, just like in Arena, I never mind picking a tradable card, even if I don't think I'll ever play it, because just trading is fine, right? 1 mana, draw a card, and at the very worst, I'll just ignore it or just kill something for cheap. It's only 2 mana, so I don't know what deck plays this, but Rogue, Warlock absolutely can utilize this. It's got the Shadow tag on there too, which can be absolutely relevant, and I think this is probably a meta card in some deck somewhere. It's just such cheap, efficient removal that can also trade. And yeah, there is a downside of temporary, but I don't think it's that huge a downside. We'll have to wait and see. So overall, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 in Standard. I think this pops up more likely just in Warlock. Again, I don't know what deck, like Pain Warlock's not playing it. Maybe Insanity. I could actually see it there. That's not with it, with like outside of reason, or like a Death Rattle deck, just to kill your own Death Rattles. Like that could be something maybe. And Wild, I'll give it. I mean, Demon Seed's probably not playing this. What else is there in Wild these days? Like, there's not a lot of Warlock decks. Reno Lock would play this probably, but I just don't remember the last time I saw like a Reno Lock or anything like that. I'll give it a 3, an optimistic 3 for Wild, because there's Shadow, discard, shenanigans, all that sorts of stuff. You can just discard this with like Malkazar Zip, you draw a card. It's not that bad, right? So yeah, it's something to consider. We'll give it a 3 there, but I think it's one of my favorite cards from the set. I just think it's really, really well designed. And then lastly, we have the Fine Print, another shadow spell. So we got 2 shadow spells from this set alone. This mini set, it's 4 mana and it deals 4 damage to all minions, like everything, 4. And the excess damage hits your heroes. So that's the downside of having a double-sided, I guess, old Flame Strike. Flame Strike deals 5 now, but you know what I mean. That you could end up nuking yourself. There's like a full board of 1/1s and you kill 7 of them, you take 21 damage, but of course, there's ways to avoid taking damage, like the harp or whatever that weapon is out there. I don't think it would work with Void Virtuoso because you'll kill it, and I don't think it counts before that. Or, you know, maybe you want to self-damage. We know there's a lot of that going on in Standard and Wild, but we'll talk about Wild after this with, you know, Demon Seed implications. But overall, it's a pretty crazy AoE that maybe, yeah, an Insanity Warlock that's already running, you know, those cards that basically help you not take damage, that this is just a nice AoE if you've fallen behind and likely to kill most of the board. That's a lot of damage for just 4 mana. Pretty unprecedented outside of like Elemental Destruction, which used to overload even more than what's showing there. So yeah, it's pretty darn good. I think, I don't know what it goes into in Standard, but I don't want to completely write it off. Again, maybe Insanity Warlock is what I'm thinking would go into right now, and maybe something at some other point. I'll give it a 3 out of 5 in Standard. I think it's absolutely a playable card at some point. And then in Wild, of course, the Demon Seed, you could just complete your quest and then blow up the board and like kill your opponent, or just use this to help complete your quest. You see an army of pirates. Like, one of the main weaknesses of the Demon Seed right now is the aggro decks. So you play this and kill their board, but you're probably gonna take way too much damage even for that deck that it probably ends up blowing you up. I don't see it making the cut there, so I'm gonna give it a 2 in Wild, but I could absolutely be wrong on this. It'll be interesting to see if another mini set card has helped out Warlock Demon Seed, which last mini set helped put it back over the top, and I am still complaining about it to this day. So there you go. That's the remainder of the Warlock cards. I believe the neutral cards later today, I believe around noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Around then, the last reveals, the Death Knight reveals, will be out there. Will we get more rune cards that don't work, or will we get some blood? So I want blood support. Tune in and find out. I'm sure I'll be disappointed or whatever. Anyways, let me know what you think about these cards in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.